Okay, I am doing a second video even though I did not get a phone holder yet. It's on order. It'll be much better because I can look down from the top then. But I will do my best to hold things up. A couple different projects here, but first I took this. Let's even look. I think this is its original hole it had, and I drilled another hole. And I actually had to make my own little jump rings out of wire. And it's just kind of like a fake coin look, I guess. So I'm just gonna make a simple bracelet out of it. So first I'm gonna start by I threw the jump ring. And like I said in my first video, I say a lot of wrong words and struggle because of my fibromyalgia. Now, last time I did this with this kind of stuff, I wrapped it with wire. I'm gonna see how I can do making a knot instead. Because my wire wrapping looks bad. Really bad. Alright, that's not too bad. Made it pretty tight. I think it'll hold. Now here comes the fun part. I think that since this is so long, I hate to do it this way. Think about it. Well, I can never figure out how long to go. Let me grab one of the ones I did and see if I can get an idea. I should really write it down. I just started doing it this other way. That's the only one I have. There's one made out of this. That one's the short one. Alright, here's the one that's longer. So if I tighten it, there we go. Maybe I can figure out how long I need this. This one was with paracord. And this little charm that I just added, it actually did have its own little loop on one side. I broke it off, filed it flat, and then did jump rings. The paracord's kind of nice because you can melt it, make sure the knot stays. And this is the slip knot we're going to be doing now. It's so much easier than the other one. Let me see if I can get an idea how long this is. Trace this cord. Now I don't know if there's going to be a loop here. Wow, that seems long, but I know last time I didn't do it long enough. I was sorry. Just get it there. Before I get started, I'll go ahead and tie the other side on, so I don't have to guess on how much it takes to make a knot, because my estimating is terrible. So I'm just doing a regular little knot. There's nothing special about it. I'm just trying to get it as close to the end as possible. I actually think I tied it opposite of what I did last time. Let me try to come in a different direction. I guess I did it this way last time, because I like the way that that's laying behind it. Be nice if I could duplicate that, but knowing me, that won't happen. I am absolutely no expert. I'm just trying to show that even though I struggle, and obviously my hands don't work so good, you will see I will drop things. I will even have twitches and things will go flying. Boy, would I love to catch that on camera. It is the weirdest thing. One second I'm holding something, and the next second it's gone, and I don't even feel that I did it. Okay. I kind of almost got it the way I want it. Okay. Now, I actually have... Oops. Just knocked everything over. Measuring tape. One of the things I figured out I needed over here. Measure. If I go all the way to the end, it's 8.5. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect for what I'm doing. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? But the last one I did ended up way small. Luckily, it's going to be for my granddaughter, who has a very skinny wrist anyway. So this is pretty easy. The thing is, I still haven't figured out quite where to do the loops. You're just going to do a loop like you're doing a knot. You're going to do one on the other side. And you want them around the same spot. And the thing is, I had to adjust so far each time I did this because I've not figured out where I should be putting them. Tighten that up a little bit. Okay, then it's really easy. We're just going to put the one end through, the opposite side's not, and it's hard for me not to put my hands in the way. This one's going to go through, the other one's not. What you're going to do is tighten up the knot. Oops, I just knocked it back out of there because of my twitchy hands. Just proving you don't have to be perfect to do this. And it now will slide. Now I noticed that again. I think that I might need to figure out how to tie the knots the same because I did this before. And I'm noticing it's not laying the same on each side. So maybe what I need to do is turn it when I'm tying it. Pull that back out of there for the moment. Maybe I tied it when I was facing this way. Maybe that'll get me the same knot. I can't tell. Like I said, so not an expert. Just learning as I go, and actually fairly new to making these bracelets. Somewhere I have, oh here, twitch, sorry, through these. But anyway, recently I discovered, to save myself some effort, I can use these to pull stuff through knots so that I don't have to struggle. These came in one of my pliers kits, and I really love this part for scooping beads up. I have no idea what this would be called if you went looking for it. It was in one of my pliers kits. Okay, now let's see. Put this one back through. Tighten it up. Yeah, now they look a little bit more the same. Whereas before they didn't. So I'm going to have to remember that to maybe turn it each time so that they're facing the same way when I tie the knot or make the knot. Okay, now what I'm going to do is loosen it up. And like I said, I'm new to this, so I keep accidentally pulling on the wrong parts of it. See, and then you slip it over your hand. Before I make the end knots, I just want to double check that I have things where they need to be. See, I'm already doing it wrong. Yep, it's good. Okay, this is, see, I'm still doing it wrong. So it's that one, and then I would think it'd be the opposite. Yeah, the opposite one. Loosen it up, pull it back off. Now, this is very simple. You're just going to make a little knot at the very end. Now, if you decide you don't like, you know, you could get it on and still have it pretty open and then decide see how much is left over and decide if you want that shorter. But since I'm making them for other people usually, I make sure that they've got a decent amount. So you're just gonna make a little knot at the end of each one. And this particular stuff, this one I'm thinking might be actual real rawhide, because it's a bit tougher than the fake suede ones I've been using. So these knots are staying really nice. Now if this would be paracord, you would trim that and melt it with a flame to make it a real nice knot. I don't think, oh yeah I do. See? Melted that. And when I melted the end here that I cut really short, I actually melted the knot a little bit too, just to make sure the knot wouldn't pull apart. Because I'm new to doing anything with paracord. I have yet to figure out how to do any of the fancy braiding. That's next on my list. And I'm just going to make the other little knot at the end. That's my dog, Stitch. He found something to bark at. He's not too serious because he's still hiding in his little soft house he has in the corner. Okay. It's done. That is so much simpler than the kind that you wrap and do. These are all my projects I've done since Christmas. Let me see. One of these. It's much easier for me to do this kind than it is this wrapping one. I'm sure is fine for people with steady hands, but me trying to hold it once I do the wrap and then you have to pull it back through and everything, it's a little bit much for me. So this will now go in the box of things that are done. Thank you.